What's good, y'all? Welcome back to Soul Talk. I know I missed a week. It's been hectic. I've been trying to record for you guys, but we're back. There's so much great stuff happening in the sneaker world, so I'm super excited to go over these stories. And also, we're going to be talking about the Reimagined line of Jordans. I know we still have some more on the way, but I wanted to do a quick ranking of what we have right now. And honestly, I haven't even made up my mind yet what the ranking is going to be, so make sure you stay tuned to the very end, and we're going to figure out what is the best Reimagined a shoe out of the whole entire Jordan line. So super excited for that. But without further ado, let's get into our first thing, and we're going to be talking about what I bought recently. So it's been a good week. I picked up some good stuff, got some insane deals. Yesterday I've uploaded the video. If you guys haven't seen it yet, I went to the Aurora Premium outlets, and they have every single shoe store you can think of, an outlet version. So they have Converse, Nike, Adidas, even New Balance there, which is absolutely fantastic. So I came upon some steals. The first steal that I want to talk to you guys about is this right here. This is the Weapon Low. If you guys haven't seen my review of the weapons, I did a review of the high top version. I believe it's called the Ash Stone Gray. Super dope pair of kicks. I've been absolutely wearing those and beating them up, so I wanted another pair in my collection. And I don't have any shoes with any green hits besides my Huff Air Maxes that you could see up there in the set. So I wanted to add something else to the collection that also has green in it, and there's literally nothing better than this for the price. I paid $25 for these, which is absolutely ridiculous. The leather quality and the material quality is just better than almost every single Jordan retro, so for the price you really can't go wrong at all. Also, you got that sailed out midsole, which I think looks fantastic on this pair. It also came with a pair of sail laces. I ended up throwing those in my Black Toe Reimagined. I think the green laces add a really nice pop to this pair, so I think I'm gonna rock it like this. But it's good to know that you do get a sail lace, and I picked this up for 25 bucks, which, come on guys, that's a no-brainer. 25 bucks for one of the best shoes. Super comfortable too. Converse does not play with their insoles. They're super comfortable right off the bat, so really amazing outlet find. And while I was at Converse, that's not the only thing that I picked up. I also picked this up. It's a pair of CDG Converse lows. This is the All-Star model, and these are sick. I've never had any canvas All-Stars besides like a rare white pair. I think back in like 2016, 2017, it was an all-white All-Star, and it was like a size 13, and it fit me absolutely huge. Now these do run definitely big. This is a size 12 here. I typically wear size 12s, and it does fit me loose, but while I was at the outlet, this is the only size they had, and I just thought the color was so dope. I love the sailed out midsole, and the insole. The insole is so nice on this pair. It's really comfortable. As soon as you step into them, it feels like you're walking on clouds. Now, will it bottom out? Yeah, surely it will over time, but it was really dope to get this pair of Como des Garçons, which is a collaborative brand that I believe Converse has been working with for a long time. I know in like 2016, 2015, around that era, these were absolutely popping off. People love the white pair with the red heart, and I think these are sick. So I'm excited to pull off some fits with these. Definitely something new to my wardrobe. I don't have any canvas sneakers, so this is a W edition. Really happy with these, and I paid $50 for them, which I think is a little expensive, but considering they are a collab and the materials and the comfort is really nice, I'd say it's still a really good deal. So that wraps it up for those two. Also, while I was out the outlets, I picked up a pair of shoes that I've actually reviewed on this channel before. Now, it's pretty interesting. I was able to give you guys an early review on this pair. I was shopping downtown, and I went inside a retail store. I don't want to throw them under the bus, so I'm not going to name what they are, but they had this pair out early, and I copped this pair, made the video. I was literally the first one on YouTube, not to brag, not to boast. I was the first one on YouTube with this pair, and that's no other than the Bad Bunny Last Campus. These are phenomenal. Like the materials, the colorway, everything. You literally cannot ask for a better shoe, and I paid $62 for these, which is absolutely insane. I know these did go on clearance sale on the Adidas app not too long ago, but I didn't pull the trigger on them. I was unsure if I really wanted to add them back to the collection, but seeing them again in person and being on the back wall for a crazy discount, I couldn't say no. There was an employee walking around with discount coupon codes, and he was like, "Do you want these? You can use that towards those Bad Bunnies." And I'm like, Say less. You're speaking my language. So he handed me that, and I ended up scoring these for 62 bucks. No box, but I don't need any more sneaker boxes, guys. If you take a look at my closet, it's basically full of sneaker boxes. I could make a literal house out of sneaker boxes, so I'm not too mad at that. The shoe itself is just fantastic, and if you didn't know, the midsole is designed to be like the wave pattern of waves hitting the beach in Puerto Rico. That's a nice little touch for those who didn't know. Of course, you get the all-seeing eye on the tongue there. Nice brown suede and nice leather cuts. Also, the inside of the shoe, which I really like and admire as a premium quality, it's all leather. I mean, it's really well constructed, a fantastic shoe, and I think it's one of the strongest collaborations between Bad Bunny and Adidas. So this was a no-brainer at 62 bucks. Very, very happy with this. All right, now we're gonna go into something that I copped from the Nike outlet. I actually copped this 1 week ago, but I didn't upload Soul Talk. I apologize for that. Like I said, just extremely busy. And I also got a really good deal on these. Not entirely sure if I'm gonna keep them. These came with the full box and package, but I had an idea for a video, which you guys will probably see shortly. And this is no other than the Airship. This is the PE, I think they're just called the Stone Gray colorway. I might be wrong on the terminology for what they're actually called, but this is a phenomenal pair of shoes. I've actually been wanting these since they came out, but I knew that they weren't going to sell for retail, that I would be able to find them for a deal. So I've been waiting patiently, and I got these from the Nike outlet. Brand new in box, I mean dead stock, like beautiful dead stock, not even tried on, for 45 bucks. Insane. And if you guys don't know the history of this shoe, let me explain a little bit to you guys. So the Airship actually came out before the Jordan 1. This is what Jordan was hooping in, and you know that iconic band Jordan commercial that you saw? He wasn't wearing Jordan 1 breads, he was wearing a pair of Airships. Obviously not this colorway, he was wearing a black and red one that resembled the bread ones pretty, similarly, but that's a fun fact for you guys. I know some of you may have already heard that and seen it online, but I think it's pretty remarkable that this was the pair before the iconic Jordan 1. And the materials on this, fantastic. You get that really nice hairy suede on there. Leather quality is really nice. I'd compare it to kind of like a higher quality Jordan 1. I know some Jordan 1 colorways don't have the best leather, but this one feels really supple to the touch and is really just a super wearable colorway. I mean, white, gray, you can throw this with anything. It comes with sailed laces. The midsole is slightly sailed out. It's not completely stark white, but I think it's basically just white, close to it. And then you get an extra set of dark gray laces if you wanted to switch them out too, which I think low-key could be the move. It might give it a nicer pop of color, but like I said, this is a great shoe. Not 100% if I'm going to keep them or not. I just have so many shoes in my collection that I'm not sure if these are exactly necessary, but hey, check this out. I love when Nike includes stuff like this. This is basically inspired by all the tech specs. It's a little pamphlet that tells you everything that goes into the shoe. I'm trying to see if I could find the diagram to show you guys, where it displays all the technology inside the shoe. I love when Nike includes this. I know they've included some of it with some of the 85 cut Jordan 1s, and this is just, it goes a long way of just like, hey, this is what goes into the shoe. We put some care and we put some love into this product, and I think that's all what we want to see. It's like, okay, explain the meaning behind the shoe. And when it comes in this retro style pamphlet, it's just super sick. You can even display this if you wanted to. So really cool that they added this. Love the shoes, and I think for the price, 45 bucks, it's amazing. And I'm pretty sure you can cop these at StockX for like $50. So I didn't get an insane deal that you can't find anywhere. So if you were interested in getting a pair for yourself, I highly recommend that, especially if you don't have any white and gray shoes. These are phenomenal. A really good alternative to like the neutral gray 85s. So that basically wraps it up with those. And then our most recent Jordan pickup is going to be this right here, the Black Toe Reimagined. And I know this release got so much hate before it came out. People were upset. They didn't like that there was no Wings logo. They said that the shoe, the shape was bad and everything like that. Guys, if you like the Lost and Founds, you're gonna love these. This is just a phenomenal shoe, and the fact that it can be had under retail is insane. I copped these day one from JD Sports, and I was kind of in the same boat as many of you guys. I was unsure if I was gonna keep them or not, but once I started putting them on feet and just like really appreciating the shoe, the details, the packaging is insane. Make sure you watch the full review out on my channel where I give you all the details and compare it to the 2016 version. And in comparison to the 2016 version, I think they did a phenomenal job. I switched my pair out for sail laces just because it has that sailed out midsole, and there's no other parts of the shoe that is like sailed or aged. So I think throwing in the sailed in laces really makes a difference in making the shoe look more cohesive. Obviously, it still looks really great with the red setup, but I really can't have no complaints about the shoe. It has that tiny autograph on the other side, which I know is pretty hard to see, but I think it's just fabulously well done shoe. Really excited to add these to the collection, and it's going to be interesting to see where these land in my ranking of the Reimagined line. So really happy with that. That covers my recent pickups. I know it's a lot compared to last time. I really only had one pickup in the video, but these are phenomenal. I'm really excited to add all these to my collection, and I'm going to definitely be getting some good fits off of them. With that being said, let's get on to our next topic here, and let's cover the biggest release in a long time. We got some Galaxy Foamposites. They dropped. So people went crazy for this shoe when it released in 2012. I'm sure you've seen the videos. Some dude was trying to trade his car for the shoe. People went nuts over them, and honestly, it's a phenomenal looking shoe. It's so cool. I think it's really indicative of that time and that era for Nike, and the reason why there was so much hype around it was just like the way it looks. I mean, how often do you see a shoe that literally tries to encompass the galaxy within a shoe? And that partnered with the Foamposite, which is such an innovative and revolutionary shoe, I think just led to the hype for being insane. And I heard a lot of buzz about it this time when they brought it back. Not as much as obviously as 2012 when people were going crazy, but I think people were still really excited for this release, and I think that shows in the resale market. They're going for like about double retail on the resale market, which I think is about where we'll see it stay and hover. Me personally, I went for them. I struck out, unfortunately. I was trying to bring you guys a review on them, and I think it's a phenomenal shoe. I grew up wearing Foamposites, and just seeing those, such an iconic colorway, come back is really cool, really dope. Let me know in the comments down below. Did you able to hit a pair for retail? Are you trying to buy a pair for resale? And let me know if you were excited for it. I think it's a cool pair. Glad that they came back. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to get my hands on one though. And then our next topic is the Union LA Air Jordan 1 OG. People are going nuts over this. I know one of my close friends personally reached out to me and he said, hey, these are a must cop. And I think he will be happy to hear from everything that we've heard so far from all the sneaker outlets. The stock is going to be pretty high in them, which is crazy. Usually Union LA pairs, they're pretty limited in stock because, of course, they're trying to build up the hype. Whenever it's a collaboration pair, you can usually expect like 15,000, 20,000 pairs only. But from what I'm hearing, the stock is going to be high. Jordan Brand is trying to cash out on people. They know this is a Union 1, Jordan 1, and it's not like the Beffy's Beauty Supply version with the weird like foot scape touch to it. This is just a standard Jordan 1 with that Union LA twist. So they're hoping people are going to go crazy over it. I think combining a shadow and Chicago is an instant success. They look really good in my opinion. I'm sure the quality is going to be better than your standard pair of Jordan 1s. So it should be really interesting to see what the market's going to look like on them. I know there's a lot of early pairs out there. People have gotten their hands on them. I know they dropped them for All-Star Weekend, and you know, that basically added a lot of pairs into circulation. Me, I'm really looking forward to trying to add that to my sneaker collection. Not sure if I'm going to be able to hit for retail, but I'm definitely going to be trying to get you guys a video of them. It's going to be one of the biggest releases for the year, of course, and all my friends who want them, I'm hoping you guys are able to get them. I'm definitely going to be trying to get pairs for everyone too, who's been hitting me up. So yes, it's super exciting to see that shoe come back, and I'm anticipating big things from it. And then the next big release, this was also showing up at All-Star Weekend. All-Star Weekend this year, crazy. They had the freaking Bread Ones, Flu Games. I'm pretty sure they had Galaxy Foamposites too. Union LA, I heard they were getting restocks of the metallic 5s, which is absolutely nuts. Like, I wish Chicago got the love of that. When we had All-Star Weekend here in like 2020, there really wasn't anything that crazy. I think the only thing significant is I went to like Nike, I believe when the Black Hat 4s came out and they were sitting, which looking back at, I was like, man, if I could have told younger me to buy a couple pairs of those, I'd be like a couple grand richer at this point. But hey, that's neither that or there. So I'm really excited that they actually went all the way out with the release, brought out some early pairs, and it seemed like there was good availability. So if you wanted a pair, you were able to get one in your size, which is what I love to see. And yeah, the Flu Games, they look good from what I see. It looks like the pair that comes closest to the original. I believe the shoe came out in 1997. Of course, Jordan wore it during the playoffs, and then he wore it during that iconic finals game where he was suffering from food poisoning, which dubbed it the name the Flu Game. I think in the Last Dance is when we figured out that it was actually food poisoning. It wasn't the flu. He got that pizza. They did him dirty with that pizza, y'all. But I think it's a really cool shoe. Not something that I personally think I would wear. I'm still gonna try to get a pair. I want to make a video for you guys. It's gonna be one of the bigger releases for this year. But the Jordan 12 is just very boot-like, and it's like, at that point, I'd rather be wearing like a Timberland or a Doc Martin or something else. It's too chunky and it's too high, and just the design, the pattern of it doesn't really do it for me personally. But I know a lot of people out there have a lot of love for that shoe, so I'm hoping you're able to get your hands on them. It shouldn't be too hard to get, in my opinion. We'll see when the release date comes, but yes, that's another big release that I'm excited for. I know a lot of you guys are probably excited as well for. And then next up, we have the Supreme collection. Supreme is coming with some heat. That SpongeBob jacket is absolute fire. I'm excited that Supreme is like taking some right steps. It looks like people are excited for this release. They got some cool jackets, some cool hoodies, just really good solid stuff. It's nothing that's mind-shattering and mind-blowing like when the Tyler the Creator collab came out. I know a lot of people were going nuts for that, trying to get a shirt. Those were reselling for a lot. I believe they still are. So I think there's nothing in there that's like carrying a crazy amount of hype, but still people are excited for this collection, and I think it's going to be solid. Is it going to be something that I'm going to be going out of my way to get pieces for? Not really. I like Supreme going in there when like there's a drop that's really kind of tailored to me, like when they came out with the Biggie Supreme shirt, the Jordan collaboration. I'm like, all right, this is dope. I love Biggie. I love 90s hip hop. So it really calls to me. Nothing in here really calls to me in that way, but I'm sure there's a lot of pieces out there that people are going to love and absolute eat up. So I'm going to see if maybe I can pay a visit to the Supreme store when the drops happen and try to get you guys some coverage. Even though like that Supreme store in Wicker Park, y'all, they are very strict with recording. You have to go in like a spy. I might get like those Meta glasses and just record from that because it's super hard to record in there. But I think it's going to be an awesome drop. Next up is the Mars Yard 3.0, and I think I have a hot take on this shoe. I don't like it. I know. A lot of sneakerheads are like, oh, how do you not like the Mars Yards? You know, the grails. I think it's a boring ass shoe. I'm not gonna lie. It looks like kind of a typical Nike shoe, and like the 1.0s and 2.0s that come with like that shroud wrap around it to make it look like an astronaut shoe. I just think it's corny, and the fact that shoe goes for thousands of dollars is even more confusing to me. And it seems like people have kind of like short-term memory, which I'm not surprised of. All the stuff that Tom Sachs has done recently is kind of unacceptable. Like, he literally got terminated from Nike for a little bit just because of how he was wilding out. Bro was going through like his office naked and stuff. Like, that's pretty crazy, guys. And like the work environment being toxic, I personally am not invested into those shoes. I think like, of course, it's going to have its audience, and of course it's going to sell out. With the numbers that the other ones did, there's no way it doesn't sell out. But for me personally, not really interested in Tom Sachs as a person or his designs. And you know, if you like them, I hope you're able to get a pair. For me personally, I'm not going to even be going for them. All right, after that, we have the Jordan 1 UNC first looks. Guys, I love UNC. I've told you guys so much. I love the North Carolina colorways. The UNC toes were one of my favorite shoes, I believe, of 2023 or 2024. I don't know. Time has been going by so fast. It's either 2023 or 2024. I absolutely love that shoe. Wore it to literally the point where the heel was falling off. Like, it was crazy. I love UNC shoes. And I think they're kind of dropping the ball on these. I don't know if I'm the only one who thinks this. The lost and found treatment on them doesn't seem to work that well. I think the midsole looks like too aged to the point where it's like kind of gross. If we want to compare it to like the black toes, these have an aged out midsole, but it doesn't look like yellow. It looks sail. It's the way the midsole should. These eventually will start looking even more sail with age and time. And these UNCs, they just look too aged out. And I'm not the biggest fan of when shoes literally look yellow, the midsole. That's not an appealing look. And I think it just clashes with the light blue in a way that doesn't do any justice for the shoe. So I'm really like not looking forward to them in the way that I wish I would have, because if you would have told me UNCs are coming back, I would have been super hyped. But as soon as we started seeing early first look images on it, I'm starting to lose interest in the release. I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that basically covers my thoughts on the UNC Jordan 1s. Let me know down below, is it something that you're excited for? Do you want a pair? I know for me personally, I'm gonna get a pair for you guys. I'm gonna bring you guys a review. And I always say this, I'm like, all right, I'm not gonna keep the shoes, but I end up keeping it. I'm really leaning on the side that I'm not going to keep these, but we'll see with more time. We only really saw one real in-hand look at them, so I'm hoping with more looks they don't look as bad, and maybe that was just like a grade school pair that looked more aged out than men's pairs, but we'll see. Gotta give it some time. Alright, after that, let's talk about the Jordan 4 white cements. Guys, the Jordan 4 white cement is going to be a problem. Like, it's literally the main reason why I've been buying shoes at JD Sports. I'm trying to get back on the A list just so I can get exclusive access. I need a pair of these 4s. I love these bread 4s. We'll talk about that soon in the Reimagined section of this Soul Talk. But guys, it's gonna be insane. I'm telling you, people are hyped. Underneath all the comments that I see of the Jordan 4 white cement early images, early videos, people are super hyped and anticipating this release. It's going to be hard to get hands on if you're not smart. If you put in the work, try to get exclusive access, you try to enter as many raffles as possible, I'm sure you're going to touch a couple pairs, at least one pair. I'm sure if you do your work, you do your due diligence, you're going to get a pair, but these are not going to be easy. They're going to be definitely moving around. I want to say my early guess is probably like $375. That's where I see these sitting in the market, $375. White cements is literally probably the most popular Jordan 4 ever. I want to say maybe like 2 or 3 years ago, I would see people out in public with the white cement 4s, and they just looked awesome. I was like, man, I want this shoe. But the last time they came out was 2016. I owned a pair of the 2016s, and guys, those hurt my feet so bad I had to get rid of them from the collection. The way that the Jordan 4 was shaped around that retro time of 2012 to all the way up to like 2020 was just really poorly done. They fixed it finally with these Jordan 4 Bread Reimagined, and they made them so much more comfortable than what they used to be, which I'm super excited for. So if they come out and they're as comfy as these Bread 4s, guys, we're gonna have madness. It's gonna be super cooked. That release is gonna be insane. People are gonna be trying to double up. I'm definitely gonna be putting my foot in the ring, trying to get myself a pair. So I'm super excited for those white cement 4s. Let me know down below, are you excited for them? Because besides the metallic 5s, I think those are the best release of the entire year. For me, it's gonna be tied between the metallic 5s and the 4s. I'm just gonna have to get them in hand to see if they're really truly worth the hype. Alright, I think now it's time to get into the moment we've all been waiting for. We're going to be ranking the Reimagined line. Okay, the Reimagined line started with the the patent breads back in 2020, and to be honest, that shoe is not the greatest. I'm not gonna lie. It's a little bit of a disappointing shoe, and not the fact that it's bad by any means or anything like that. I just don't like the way the patent leather looks. I actually did a video where I customized the patent bread Jordan 1s, and I turned them into a matte finish, so they looked a lot more similar to like the 85 breads and the 2016 pair of breads. So I think with the customization, they're fire. But guys, I can't judge a shoe off of customizing it. That would be truly unfair to all the other releases. So I want to say, if you go through with the custom, it's fire. I would definitely rank it, I think, behind the lost and founds. It'd probably be up there top 3 if you do your customization on it. But without the customization, it's gonna rank second to last. And and it's gonna release second to last right in front of the Jordan 1 Royals. Now, this shoe gets a lot of hate, and reasonably so, rightfully so. I kind of defended the release when it came out. I'm like, okay, these are different, you know. Jordan brand is bringing back an iconic colorway for the Jordan 1, and they want to put a different spin on it. That's cool. I believe we got the pair in 2018. It came in an all leather version, so they're like, let's switch it up for this release. And I'm like, okay, that's cool. But man, the pairs that I see on the secondhand market look so disgusting that it's pretty baffling. This release does not age well. If you guys have a pair of Royal Reimagineds and have been wearing them consistently, send me a picture. I know for damn sure they're cooked, and they don't look great when they're cooked like that. I think you get a lot of character from a Jordan 1 that's made from leather. When it looks kind of beat up, it looks great still. It's just a shoe that looks better with age. But when you incorporate that suede factor on top of it, it just kills all the long-term appeal for the release. And that's why it's going to have to rank dead last. I mean, if you like your pair, enjoy the shoe. I'm not telling you by any means like, oh, your shoe is bad, whatever. If I see you still wearing a Royal Reimagined, I'm going to be like, okay, that's cool. He's wearing Jordan 1s, and that's a nice colorway. But for me personally, guys, I had them in my collection for maybe like 2 weeks, and I was like, okay, yeah, no, we gotta get rid of these. So I quickly sold those. Just was not feeling them, and at the price you can get them at, I guess you can have an argument that they're not bad for the price. But even then, I would rather you save your money and buy a different pair. Buy the black toe Reimagineds. You're gonna get a lot more wear out of them, and they're gonna look better for longer. So that basically says it. That's dead last. Royals dead last. After that is the patent breads, which, like I said, not a bad shoe. When you customize it, it even looks better. And now we're getting to serious contenders here. I think it's going to be surprising for a lot of people. People will probably throw this shoe after the Royals and after the breads, but I like this shoe a lot, guys, and it's not going to be there. I'm looking at the shoes right now. It's a little difficult. I don't know if we're considering, you know what, we're putting the Gratitudes in there, you know? I don't believe these shoes were officially a reimagined pair. They were never labeled as such, but I think a lot of people do tend to group them into the reimagined line. So we'll put these in there, and yeah, it's gonna go right after those two. I know it might be crazy to y'all. Like, this is a cool 11. This is one of the best 11s to ever come out. And trust me, I love the leather upper on this, and I think it's a fantastic shoe. But guys, just by wearing it once and twice, I literally have creases on the patent leather. I've never had a Jordan 11 crease up as much as this shoe did from the minimal amount of times that I've worn it. And I love the gold details. I think the shoe is put together pretty nicely. The outsole being this milkish yellow color, it's not the most enticing look. I'm not gonna lie. It detracts a little bit from the shoe. The gold details are nice. They're pretty fire. But there's nothing about the shoe that blows me away. It doesn't hit as hard as a Concord does. And trust me, guys, I love the Jordan 11. It's literally my second favorite silhouette behind the Jordan 1s. But there's something about this release that kind of feels like it was not as special as the other ones. Of course, there was hype and momentum behind it, and I would take this pair over Columbia 11s that just recently released. I think these are going to be pretty well when it comes to aging, besides of course the creasing on the leather. But this pair, it just, to me, it's a little boring. It's a little boring. I think a lot of people will like this pair and may have this up higher in their list, but for me, it's gonna go there. All right, guys, now we're getting into the serious stuff. We're getting into the serious heat, and I think you guys might be surprised at where I'm going next. There's gonna be definitely some backlash behind this, but check it out. After that is the Lost and Founds. I know everyone puts this at number one. Everyone's like, Lost and Founds, greatest shoe out there. The amount of pairs of Lost and Founds that I see out there kind of ruins it for me. I hate to be the guy who's like, oh, everyone's wearing it, I don't want to wear it no more. But it kind of is like that, you know. There's so much pairs of Lost and Founds out there that it's like the go-to kind of like Jordan 1. Oh, you know, I want the versatile sneaker collection. Just buy the Jordan 1 Lost and Found. And it's kind of like, do you really like the sneaker culture, or are you just trying to ride the hype that this is perceived as the best shoe of all time? You know, And obviously, look at my pair. My pair is so worn, so beat. I've worn and loved the heck out of this shoe. And I'm not going to say that it's a bad shoe, because by all means it's not. It's a phenomenal shoe. It's just not something that personally is really inspiring, or it doesn't captivate me in the way as the other ones do. I think it's gone through kind of like the Panda process, where, you know, you've seen it so many times that you're kind of just like, you become kind of neutral to the shoe. You lose kind of like the passion and excitement for it. I don't know if I'm alone in that statement. I don't know if I just like am kind of making things up in my head, a little delusional, and I don't know if it's just my pair is so beat that I lost the fondness for it, but it doesn't have the same excitement as I think people would think they would have. Still a great shoe, but it's going there. All right, now after that comes these bad boys right here, the Black Toe Reimagined. And guys, this is an underrated pair. Like, come on. I get it. The Royals. Different materials. Guys, this is still a leather Jordan 1. And if you're a sneakerhead and like sneaker history, you're going to be enamored by the Air Jordan, and you're going to be happy that they switched it up from the Wings logo in 2016. Not every single release has to feature that Wings logo. Y'all are wearing baggy pants. Like I said in my review, you're not going to even be able to see that. And when you toss in the sail laces with these, it truly makes it a special pair, especially for the price that you can get these at, $145. I would make the argument that real sneakerheads are going to appreciate this more than the lost and founds. When it comes to the packaging, based off that original prototype from '84, and people who understand that story are really going to appreciate these, and that's why I think they're above lost and founds. I know people might go crazy at me for that, but that's just my take. I think these are slightly better. All right, now we get into the cream of the cream, the best of the crop. This one's tough. I'm literally making this decision on the fly here. All right, next up is the metallic 5s, and the amount of people that switched up on this shoe, crazy. When this was releasing, I thought it was going to be a walk in the park, but when it happened to come to release day, everyone and their moms was waiting in line for these. You guys switched up on this pair. You know, from the day one, I thought this was going to be a cool release. I wasn't going in with like crazy expectations. I was like, okay, I don't have any 5s in my collection. This is going to be a cool shoe to add to my collection. Finally going to get a 5. But when I got these in hand, the excitement that came behind the release, me being able to scoop up a pair just barely for retail, I was like, okay, this is some serious heat. And the 3M, I don't believe it's actually 3M. I've heard conflicting results, that conflicting thoughts of people saying, oh, that's not 3M, it's just a white piping around it. I don't care. It looks fantastic, and it beams off that light, and it really shows the pattern and layers off the shoe that you don't see typically with Jordan 5s. And the white edges, it's perfect. With the white laces, a fantastic combination. You know, these are a really great looking shoe. You get that icy blue outsole, icy blue midsole. Still haven't, mid cage, I believe. I still haven't worn this pair. I'm super excited to wear them, break them out with a cool fit, but I'm gonna say it right now, these are the second best Reimagineds to this point. These are phenomenal. I know the shape isn't 100% yet, but they've definitely taken some great strides. That toe box is looking a lot more slim than 5s usually do, and I'm not even a fan of the 5s, so the fact that this is all the way up there in my list is crazy. All right, now we're getting to the absolute best. I don't know if I'm gonna be alone in this, but guys, this is literally one of the greatest shoes of all time. I know that's a very heated statement. You know, some people might be like, oh yeah, I agree, and other people might be like, you're freaking crazy. But the amount of times I've worn this shoe and how comfortable it is, I can't pick any other shoe as number one. This shoe is my go-to shoe whenever I want something on my feet that makes me feel cool and that also provides me with some comfort and support. The leather on this pair is miles better than any other leather that we've seen on Jordan 4s for a long time. And I know the shoe wasn't originally leather, and I was just giving the Royals shit for being suede, but hey, This is an upgrade. The Royal was a downgrade in quality. I think this shoe ages so much better than your typical pair of 4s, especially those Bred 4s with the Durabuck uppers, and it really just adds to the shoe. It looks great with its creases and with its age, and the midsole, I don't know what kind of magic they put into this midsole. It is fantastically comfortable. It's a really comfortable shoe. They did a phenomenal job with these 4s, so that for me is going to be number 1. Wow. Okay, that's all the Reimagined shoes ranked for you guys. Let me know in the comments down below, do you agree with my thoughts? And if not, what is your rankings? I would love to hear about it. I appreciate you guys watching this episode of Soul Talk. I've been trying to be more consistent for you guys. Definitely a lot of great heaters coming out. We still have a lot of good releases to come for the rest of the year. So I'm super excited to keep you guys posted and updated what I ended up picking up from my collection and covering some of the more crazier sneaker news stories that there is out there. So I appreciate you for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe for more Soul Therapy. Guys, I messed up. I completely forgot about the shoes right behind me. The White Cement 3 Reimagined. These are fantastic. And I guess I kind of forgot about that because this was like the first Reimagined shoe to come out. And this is the first ever shoe I recorded on my channel. First ever video was a review about these. I know it was more of a negative review, but still. These grew on me so much. And I wear these so often. Almost as much as the Bred 4s, but they're not as good as them. These are second. These are right second. So shift everything down. Bred 4s first. This after the Bred 4s. And that's the definitive list. I can't believe I almost forgot about this.